That part you said right there, better than you planned. I
Hmm.
like to hear that because
What I mean is like, so I get like very embarrassed in like situations when all the focus is on me. It was nothing big. We did it on like the my I guess fiance now. My fiance's friend's house. She is like we had 21 or 22 people if I remember correctly. So we split it in half. The girls were on that side, the boys were on that half. We were in like towards the middle on the our back was towards the wall. But like the focus was on me and my fiance, so it was like I thought it'd be a lot more embarrassing than it was, but it was quite wholesome. It was quite wholesome. The big people, the older people, did all the talking, so it was nice on my end. I didn't have to talk too much.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you said that it went better than planned, I
Hmm.
especially like to hear that because it's always a good time when that happens.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that happens to you more often or not?
Well, I don't plan things much. Maybe that's it. But I feel like generally things go my way whenever you
Mm.
don't stress too much. I feel like whenever I got inside and I was relaxed, I was like, okay, this is fine. Everything's planned. Oh, we got everything. There's nothing that could go wrong. I mean, we're just gonna sit there and just talk and then wait it out. Cut some. We have like in our culture. I don't know if you know. We put the rings on the both people, and then there's a ribbon in the middle. We cut that. That's all I have to do. That's all I have to. I just have to wait and smile and look at the cameras. So after I realized that, I was like, okay, it was a lot worse on my head than it actually was. But there's not a lot of times where I'm that in that stressful situation, right? So most of the time, I feel like things don't really go bad per se, but it did go better than I expected. I will say, I was very happy with the outcome.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Where did that custom originate? Where you
Ooh.
tie the rings together and you
To be
cut?
honest, so I grew up in America. I don't really know how weddings or like engagements work in Turkey. I just saw it in a couple like Turkish shows, and my now fiance, would say, "Okay, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. You're gonna drink some coffee. We're gonna cut the ribbon. You're gonna give money to the. You have to give money to the person that brings the scissors. You know." So I just gave him. I told my friend. I gave my cash to my friend. My friend gives the money to the woman's side, I guess per se. And but I don't know where these things come from, like the origins. I just abide by it. I was like, okay, we do this, we do this, we do this. That's in the culture. I guess then, you know, that's how
Yeah.
it is.
I've always found that fascinating how in Turkish culture especially, uh, there's a big emphasis on the events before a marriage. Like, when people come together at that one house, the
Hmm.
coffee, as you mentioned, I've
Yeah.
seen that in too many TV shows and music videos. I think it's cool though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So I don't know what the thing is, but it's very universal in Turkey. I would say.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't have coffee though. I swapped it out for something else. So because
What?
normally apparently it's like the thing is you put salt in the coffee, so like they're willing to do anything to get the girl, like to satisfy the girl. Anything you make I will eat, like that's like the idea, I guess, right? But I told my now fiance to just make Nesquik for me. So it wasn't even coffee because I don't like coffee. I just told him to make chocolate milk for me.
A Turk that doesn't like coffee. That
Yeah,
shocks me.
I don't really like coffee, I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. Are you more of a
He
chai
loves
guy?
coffee. I am.
Wow. Chai ve süt, huh?
Yeah,
Or
I
no,
haven't
just
tried
plain
with
chai.
milk. Yeah,
Oh, you
just plain
haven't?
chai.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of sugar, which some Turks will not approve of that, but I use sugar with my chai.
Yeah. I don't know how exposed you are to Desi culture, but like in Pakistan, that's a big thing. Drinking tea with milk in it.
Yeah, I heard it all the time. I heard it all the time because
Yeah.
I go to UH and my friends there, we talking about that. I'm like, it sounds disgusting, but I'm sure it's good. I just because I can't imagine milk with anything. Even when I heard the first time that you put like yogurt with like chicken, that was
Oh,
shocking to me.
Yeah, I don't do that. That's not
Yeah,
me.
yeah. When you're marinating it, apparently you put yogurt, but at least Turkish people do.
Well, yeah, when you're marinating. But I think
Yeah,
you mean like there's some Pakistani dishes where they'll put like yogurt on top of the meat and the rice and stuff. I'm not into that.
we do like on pasta, but not in. I don't know if we do it on meat. Oh no, we do it
Oh.
on. I don't know if you know this dish. It's very famous, Iskandar.
Oh yes, yes,
Yes,
that's
on
right.
on that
That
we
is
do.
right.
That's fire. I don't know if you ever tried some, but we can go. There's
I
some nice
have.
places in Houston. Oh, you have?
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite Turkish restaurant in Houston?
Ooh, it's either there's Empire Turkish Grill. That's either one or two, and the runner up, or I guess they're both fighting for first place for me, is Ayin Top. There's another place called Ayin Top that I really like.
Their Iron Top's chorba is amazing.
Oh, you went there? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes, yes.
remember that one friend I was telling you about at the wedding. I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking for him." Uh Me and him, we went out to that restaurant during Ramadan, and I was so sick that day. I was just sneezing, allergies. I was a mess. But when they brought out the chorba, it was hot and fresh. Man, it did the trick. It was amazing.
What type of was it? This lentil soup?
It
You had
was
lentil
lentil
soup?
soup. Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah,
amazing stuff.
yeah. I will say, lentil soup is classic. It's like the default, I guess, for
The one
us.
at Hanifi's wedding, what was that food called again?
Oh, I would not remember. I'm not good with that. I'd have to see a picture. But
Yeah,
could was it meat and rice? It was like
it,
meat and rice mixed together.
yes,
It
yes,
could be kavurma, but I'm not sure. I'd have to
maybe,
I'd have to find the picture. I'd have to find
maybe.
the picture.
Yeah, yeah. Turkish cuisine is awesome, man. There's
It
this
is.
place in Istanbul. It's called Ortakla.
Mhm.
Man, the kebabs that they serve are amazing.
Really?
Yeah,
You've been to Turkey more than me, so you would know.
I can't remember how many times have you been?
I have only went twice in summers,
Wow.
2 summers, and I was young. So like, what I meant is like you'd remember more than me.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do
When's the
you
last time you went?
the last time I went was 2024.
2024, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. Turkey, man. It is quite literally a magical land.
Really? You think so?
I do. I really do.
You really love Turkish culture
I
more than
really do,
me.
man. I love it quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah. Turks
I
really
know.
do get surprised. Like, damn, you're so into it. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm invested.
Interesting. Even though you grew up here, right? You grew up in America.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's just something attractive about that culture. And if you think about it, historically, for like at least 600 years, it was a very dominant force
Yeah, it
in world
was.
history. I mean, it's only like now where it's not as much, but for a very long time, the Turk was a big
Turkic,
deal.
Turkic and Muslims. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't just say it's like the Turkish people. There's a lot of I think it's complicated, right? Ottoman Empire is like it would uh, get some land, but it wouldn't like take it over per se. It wouldn't force people there to change their way of living. At least from what I know, what I learned. But I think it would unite the Islamic world per se. So I don't
Yeah.
want to say just solid. I don't want to call it just Turkish people or Turkey people. All of like the Muslims, I would say, or Islam.
Yeah. Do you feel where does your connection with Islam come from besides just being born into a Muslim family? Because when you grow up, it's like it becomes more of a choice. Do you really
Yeah,
believe this? Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to stay connected to this?
Well, in eighth grade, I think that's when I really started like. That's when you started like going to puberty as well, right? So in eighth grade, I went to some sort of like it's not a I would say it's like the easiest way to understand is like boarding school where my family sent me to. We were living in Waco, Texas at the time, and I came to Houston. Uh, uh, and I was living with people or like Turkish people that are in my community that I went to university. There you go, went to university, and I would live with them. and it was me and my 5 friends. We went to a school in Houston, like a private school in Houston, and there we had like our normal classes, but we also had like Islamic classes. Like we had Quran, we had Hadith classes, we had Siyar. Siyar is like the life of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There, when I started like personally believing in Islam, I think that's when it. I think that's the root, the origin story for me. Like I thought about it. Okay, do I believe in Allah? I remember one night we were trying to contemplate like the beginning of time with my friend, and we started crying because we couldn't conceive like we couldn't understand what would go behind, like what's before the Big Bang, or like if there is a Big Bang, what's before the Big Bang? How does it start? How does it work? Because we were like, oh, we didn't know too much. But I think that's when if you were asking like when I personally started having a choosing, I think is there. And then that's when I started praying my 5 daily prayers as well. So like when I moved to Tennessee, I moved to Tennessee after that, because of my dad's job. The high school there, I remember I was hesitant to ask my counselor if I could pray in her room, but they were like very open about it. So I ever think since then I was like, it was like a willingness, a choice since 8th grade.
That's actually really impressive. The part about you wanting to pray in your high school counselor's room.
Mhm.
I feel
Yeah,
like people in high school might not have that courage to say something like that.
I feel like recently though, I've been seeing it a lot more. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, yeah,
I've been seeing a lot more. My sisters went to the same school. They did the same thing. They because our last names are the same. They had the same counselor, so it's a little bit easier, I guess. But the Muslim population of the school increased as well, and that's public. We went to a public school when I was in Tennessee, but I'm seeing it a lot in Houston too because our brothers and sisters are quite a bit over here. There's a lot of us.
there are. It's interesting because although I'm not shy of being a Muslim, I
Hmm.
am confident about it.
Yeah.
Praying alone in public is still not something that
Yes.
has quite gotten to me. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'd rather do it in my car or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
or
I
I'd rather
understand
drive to a masjid nearby.
exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, it's better to pray in a masjid, of course, but if you're
yeah,
like stuck, let's say there's traffic, you can't read a masjid, there's like 30
yeah,
minutes left for prayer. You either got to do it in your car, pull up to a gas station, like pray outside. Sometimes, and it's sketchy, right? Sometimes
yeah.
it's sketchy and you don't want to. But I
I,
always keep like if I'm with a friend, we pray one at a time. Like at the gas station, I have a masjid in the, I have what's it called? The prayer
mhm.
mat in my car that we just use.
What do you
But
call it in Turkish, prayer mat?
Seccade.
That's
The
right.
seccade.
I think you're
Yes.
the one who told me that too.
Oh,
Last time we
really?
talked, I believe so. Yeah,
It might be. It might be.
yeah. It's either you or my other friend. But um, I remember this one time I was in a parking lot and I was specifically walking to my car to pray,
Hmm.
and I see these two ladies in the parking lot. They pull out a sajada and they put it in the parking lot to pray. And I'm like,
MashaAllah.
yeah, I'm not that brave. I'm just gonna go sit in my car.
MashaAllah. Yeah, and this two
Yeah,
ladies as well. MashaAllah.
yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
but you're right that you are seeing it more. Like people are just more open about being Muslim now.
Mhm.
Or maybe not open, but just more confident about just
More
doing.
confident, comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I will say it is a little bit scary about like the war, right? I mean, but I haven't seen it affect how people think. Personally, I haven't seen it affect, but I'm sure some people might have with the war going on. But I mean, I guess the war in with the Middle East has been going on for a while, right?
How old were you when you first came to America?
In 2000, I was born in '04. I came here in '09. I was 5. I was 5.
Wow.
Yes.
I remember, I mean, I feel like you would have a similar experience as me, but as a kid being a Muslim in America during like those war times, um, it did feel kind of uncomfortable if people knew that you were a Muslim
Yeah.
and they were more willing to kind of
Say
discriminate
things some
against you,
yeah, yeah, I
be kind of
understand what you
mean. But I do feel like in the recent years it's changed.
mean. Yeah, alhamdulillah. What? we'd have to ask people like in university. It's a lot more accepting. I would wonder what like experiences in middle school and high school would be. But
Yeah, I remember
I'm
middle
sure. I'm
school.
sure.
It was like, man,
I
I remember it was
remember
kind
I
of.
had. Yeah, go ahead.
No, no, you continue.
No, no, I just remember the one time where like I think I was in either elementary, like fifth grade, or like middle school, right? My friend, so like when you're, for me personally, I didn't know, like I said, in eighth grade, I started believing willingly, or like by acquiring my knowledge. I was like, okay, I understand what this is. I want to believe. But like in middle school and elementary, I don't know really exactly know what's going on. I'm like pretending. I'm doing what my parents do. Right? It's taklidi, we say in Turkish. Pretending. The first step of belief is pretending, like copying your parents when you're a child, at least. So I'm copying. I know we say Allah Akbar when we start prayer, right? That's all I know basically. And some kid in school just yells Allah Akbar. And I'm like, hold up. I say that when I'm praying. How do you? I was like, how do you know that? That's like a Turkish thing. All right. I'm not even know it's like an Arabic word. I just know that's what we say in Turkey. Not that I've been to Turkey, but like that's what I would say to him. He's like, no, it's not, bro. It's like the Arabics. It's like some terrorist stuff. I'm like, no, I say that all the time. And then we had like a whole thing over there. Of course, later on, as I grew up, I understood what was going on. But it did feel weird when people were like making fun of it because they're seeing it in a that connected to like a terrorist organization, right? But
Yeah,
but after like in high school, I didn't think any of the I didn't have any discrimination like that happen again from what I can remember.
were there
And
a
that,
lot
that
of
never
Muslims at your high school in Nashville, or were you in Nashville even? I know you
no,
said
I was in
Tennessee,
Memphis. I was in Memphis.
Memphis. Okay,
Yes, Memphis has a lot of Muslims too. Memphis has a lot
wow,
of Muslims too.
Music City, right? Memphis.
Yes, yes. Though I don't know too much about music, so
Yeah, I
but
think. Well, yeah, Elvis. I think he stepped out
yes,
there.
yes, yes, exactly. That is Music City. There's a lot of
Yeah,
black culture over there as well. That's very nice.
yeah, yeah.
If you ever need things there, I would recommend going there. Nashville, the Rocky Mountains is over there as well. So
That's right.
yeah.
How do you compare Tennessee to Texas? Which one do you like more?
Oh, it's so hot here, especially today, man. I don't know if you were outside today. It is hot.
Ah,
It is hot.
çok sıcaktır. Evet, ben
exactly,
hatırlıyorum.
exactly. Çok sıcak. Oh, sorry.
Is that your cat or something?
No, no, I'm getting a call,
Oh,
but it's an unknown number, so I don't know.
yeah, those scam calls, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Too often, too often.
Earlier you were talking about Turkish TV shows. Do
Hmm.
you watch any?
Surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, I don't. I used to when I was a child. What? So my dad, so we don't forget Turkish, because I came here when I was 5, right? In '09. My dad got us Turkish TV. So when we were at home, instead of watching like American TV, because he knew we were going to learn English because we're going to school, right? But he didn't want us to forget Turkish. So he bought us the Turkish TV, and we would watch all the shows there. And when my mom was watching something, I'd watch it with her because, that's where I saw like my Turkish TV shows, and that's where I saw like the cups and everything. Because in Turkish TV shows, from what I remember, there's always some sort of wedding or some sort of celebration that's going on.
Yeah.
I think
Kutlama,
we're
right?
yes, kutlama, exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that was a good song, man.
Mm.
By Sezen
Oh,
Aksu, Kutlama.
I don't know. I don't know any Turkish songs.
It was playing at Hanifi's wedding at the end when I was leaving, and I was like,
Really?
"Yo, that's a good song."
I
Yeah.
know people were dancing when you were leaving, right?
Yes, I do
Yes, yes,
remember
yes,
that. Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's cool,
They're
dude.
dancing. Yeah.
Do you, when you were those dramas that you did watch as a kid, do you remember
Mhm.
them? Any of them stand out to you?
I remember one of the names. Let me see. Look at it. Let me see. It's Zengin Kız Fakir Oğlan. What is it? Rich girl, poor
Poor
boy.
boy.
Yes. Let me see if that's actually a thing.
Yeah, it seems like it is.
Let me see if I remember the faces. I haven't searched this up ever. I think I remember. I'm not sure. I remember like there's a guy in a blues thing. Yes, I remember him. Apparently, I don't remember the main characters, but I did watch this. Yes.
How come this show stuck out to
Maybe my mom was watching it. I don't know.
you?
I have no idea. I thought the title was funny. Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Rich girl, poor boy.
Uh-huh.
That's a funny name.
Have you ever seen Azeb?
Is that no?
That was a cool show.
What is it about?
It's basically a Turkish version of The Count of Monte Cristo, where the main character, he's got his girlfriend and then his group of friends,
Hmm.
and the friends and the girlfriend, they basically sabotage him. They steal like a lot of money, and then
Okay.
they throw the blame on him, and he goes to jail, and like they're living their lives. And then what ends up
Interesting.
happening is he eventually makes it out of jail, but when he does, like his face is messed up. So they have to give him like a surgery. And then one of the friends that he made in jail was like a big mafia boss. So he had
Uh-huh.
money and stuff. So he helps him out. And now the main character, Azed, or actually his name used to be Omer, and then he becomes Azed. He makes a new identity, and now he's like plotting revenge against his ex-girlfriend and his friends. It was a really
Uh,
cool show.
that does seem like a nice that thriller.
Yeah. And it was really cool because it goes to show like you got to be careful who you trust because it was his girlfriend and his closest friends that threw him under the bus. Insane.
Yeah, it does seem like I'm looking at it right now. It's a 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Interesting. How long is it? Oh,
It was
Turkish
long,
TV
bro.
shows are way too long,
That's why I
bro.
stopped watching
Every
them.
every episode is a movie. Like in
Every
America, a
episode
movie is
is a
like what,
movie.
2.5 hours, maximum 3 hours. That's like a long movie. That's like default in Turkey, from what I can tell.
Yeah. I think about the actors, like how do they perform so much? Because as you said, every episode is like a film. Yeah.
They must have like they must use every shot they take or something. Like they must, I don't know. They must never do redo shots or something. I don't, because if you acted that much, they have so many like acting career hours probably.
Man.
Two
It,
hour
it
and a half hours.
it's impressive though if you think about it. That they're able because
Very.
they Turkish culture produces so many too.
They
There's
do?
tons. I
Really?
remember my parents joking, they're like, "Hey, it's like everybody in Turkey's an actor because they have so many faces for the shows."
Damn. I did not know. I know
Yeah.
they're long. I know they're long, but I don't watch too many, so
Growing up,
you said you used to watch them, right? You stopped watching?
yeah, I had to.
You had to. Why do you feel like that?
Yeah, as you said, they're just so long, man. They're so long.
Take up too much.
Like my family and I, we would there's so many we've already seen like growing up, but I remember this one show in particular. Let me see what it's called again. Yirmi dakika, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
That show. I remember like there was just so much suspense,
Oh yes,
but
the classic.
in that one in particular, for some reason, like the payoffs weren't quite worth it. And my dad, he would just get so upset. He's like, "This is the last show we're watching. Like, we spent so much time invested into this."
Y'all would watch it as a family too.
Yeah, there were so many we watched as a family.
Really, that's
It's
awesome.
incredible. Yeah.
Your family's in Houston too, right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all would watch that together. That's awesome.
Yeah. As I told you earlier, I'm invested in the culture, man. It's a
Yeah,
cool culture.
yeah. Apparently, you're invested as a family too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just
Yeah.
you. I mean, your dad did name. I remember this very specifically because I told my friends about it because I thought it was really interesting. How your name is spelled the Turkish way, like not like the American or like the, I don't know, another culture's way. Where it's like Ömer, how we spell it in Turkish. It's the
Yeah.
exact same.
I remember when I started noticing that as a kid, I asked my dad, like, "Hey, was this, done intentionally? Like, why did you do it?" He's like, "No, it just ended up being spelt that way. It was fate, I guess, huh?
Fake.
Kismet."
Yeah, Kismet. Yes, I remember. Yes, Kismet.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, man, have you seen The Odyssey?
No, I want to though. Me and my friends want to go, but what? I just know it's very good. I know nothing else. They were talking about how like it's not historically accurate. I remember that some sort of drama.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is, mythology, so you can't quite get it historically accurate,
What is it
but
about?
it's about Odysseus, king of Ithaca, and the events that follow the burning of Troy, the city of Troy.
Okay,
And when he's trying to get back home, he ends up getting lost. And so that's the Odyssey, just his journey of being lost before he finally comes back home.
but it's a very good movie, I'm guessing.
Oh, I loved it. But I brought it
Good.
up because there's just one line in there, and I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it's just a really good line where he said,
Hmm.
"What you most want is what you most can't have, and what you most can't have is what you already had and lost." For some reason, it stuck with me.
That's a very nice line. Oh, no, that's an. I want to say that. Okay.
Yeah, but I just remember that line in particular sticking out to me, and I thought like it
Okay.
had a good point to it that sometimes what you really want is something that you had once upon a time, but you can't have it again.
In the
Like for
simplest way I
example,
can. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was just gonna say like maybe like childhood, like maybe you really want,
Exactly what I thought. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Like when there's no stress, no responsibilities, a sense of well, maybe not peace, but the lack thereof of anything. Do what you want, right? Where
Are you good?
mostly, yeah, yeah. I was just thinking, like, when you
Oh,
just come back, like you come home from school, right? You have nothing to do. You don't have responsibilities of it. But I think picking up responsibilities, I think eventually you got to grow up. Sometimes,
do you feel grown up?
ooh, that's a, yeah, complicated question. Maybe not yet. Maybe if I after I get married. Maybe after I get married. Maybe after I graduate too. I'm not graduated yet. Graduate, get married, then maybe I'll start feeling grown up. But how about you?
I think just about, not fully, but just about.
Just
I feel
about. What do
like.
you mean just about?
Um, I had another friend on the podcast who I was talking to about this, where he was saying that he doesn't quite feel there's things he still wants to do before he gets married,
Hmm.
like alone. And I said to him, "Well, I don't care for any of that. Like some people might want to jump out of a plane. Like I want to experience that alone
Yeah.
before I'm married." I was like, "I don't really care. Like I'd just rather grow up."
Fair enough.
So I guess like that, like just about there's some things I just don't care for that maybe someone not grown up would care for.
Yeah. Would you want to get married like soon? Maybe in the future, far into the
Yeah.
future? Do you plan? Would you want anything like that?
Yeah, it would.
You would.
Yeah, that same guy, I told him like, yeah, I feel like I'm just kind of ready for that
You're
point, you
ready.
know? Yeah.
You want to have some children? 3, 4 children.
I
The
like that wink. That was
well,
funny.
I want three. One of them has to be a boy. Two of them can be a girl. Like we're I'm one brother. We're three siblings. I have two younger sisters. I want the same
Mm.
exact thing for my children. Though I guess you can't really choose, right?
Yeah.
Eh, But
He,
I want them to have like be close in age so they can be friends.
mm.
So they will never have to be alone.
Do you feel like you were friends with your siblings growing up?
I would say our age gap between my youngest and oldest. So it was like 3 year gap, oh no, 4 year gap, and then a 4 year gap. So it's like
Mm.
between the oldest and youngest is like 8 years. So like when the youngest sibling was born, I felt like they're so cute, especially like children, like baby girls are so cute. And I remember I'd play with her all the time. But that's why, maybe that's also why, like, I want children. I feel like I want to raise a child. Maybe in a couple years, not so recently, but maybe in like 3, 4 years. 3, 4 years, a child.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to hear that. That's a good thing, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, normally when people want to get married, they also like plan on children's. Like, do you want to have? That's why I meant said like 3, 4 children. Do you want children? Do you not want children? Do you just want to have a partner for life? Like, what do you mean? What do you want?
Yeah, I think God willing, I would want to have children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You, mhm.
I remember hearing it from a professor, and he said that you can't really mature if you don't have children. And what he said by, or what he was trying to say is, if there's not somebody else there that you care about more than yourself, you're never really going to grow up. And he was explaining
That's
how a
that.
child is like a perfect example of that person that can help you grow up because you care about them more than yourself.
Yeah, you're literally living for that person, right? You would die
Yeah.
for a person. That's easy. I feel like you can die for someone, but would you live for someone? I remember I heard that from like probably YouTube Shorts or something. But I remember I liked that a lot. It's easy to
Yeah.
die for someone, but like, are you willing to be better for them? Are you willing to uh, exert? I don't know. Go to the gym, for example. Go to the gym for them. Go. I don't know. Study your school. Try to achieve more, so you can maybe financially support them better. Because I think risking your life is on relatively easy for someone you love. Like, I would easily like, if I had the choice, you would sacrifice yourself for your mom, right? But would you try as hard to like make her proud? If that
That's a
makes
really good
sense.
point. That's a really good point. And let me ask you, why do you think it can be hard to live for someone else?
It's a long term thing, right? That's so like
It's a
disciplinary, so hard.
long-term thing.
Yeah,
I love how you
it's
said
not,
that.
it's not instant, right? We're really good with instant things, like school, right? For example, for university, at least 4 years, staying consistently like focused on school for 4 years is hard. But maybe it's just one homework assignment, right? Let's say homework assignment, it's easy. You do it within that, like an hour. But for consistently for 4 years of school, that's hard. Or the gym, for example, it's easy to be motivated for 1 or 2 times, but consistently going to the gym, long term things are very difficult for human beings.
Yeah.
Praying, praying 5 times a day. It's easy to get motivated. You go to the khutbah on Friday, you hear something that really sticks with you. Now, motivation is when we're trying to do like build up a habit, it needs to be discipline, not motivation. Maybe motivation can be a starting point, but when that happens, generally, in my personal experience, it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick. That's why doing.
Incredible.
That's why, like, for example, in eighth grade, that's when we started. When I had those friends with me, we would like keep track of each other per se, in the sense like,
Mhm.
oh, we're gonna pray in 10 minutes. Let's all like get wudu. Let's go pray. Oh, we're gonna go to the gym. Let's go to the gym together. Because in high school, that's what we do. I stopped going to the gym after high school. Look, even that
And
we
you're
would.
and you're still fit.
No, I'm not.
Well, I remember seeing you. You were still fit though.
I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been 4 years since I consistently went.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I do want to go consistently. My roommates right now, I have two new roommates that I knew from before. We're gonna go to the gym. Hopefully after morning prayer. So if you, hopefully it'll be a discipline thing, right? After morning prayer, we already get up. If we don't sleep, we're gonna go to the gym.
I like
Inshallah.
that, man.
Yeah.
It's an excellent point you bring up. It's funny. I was at an event at a masjid yesterday, and the sheikh was like, "Man, there's some responsibilities you have that are forever. It's not like, man, I prayed for 15 years, 5 times a day. I'm done. I
Yeah.
quit. It's not like, oh, I wore a job for 25
That's
years.
that's a good
I'm done
perspective.
with it now."
Yeah.
And he said it, and he was like, making a joke out of it. But at its core, it's like a really good point
Yeah.
and connected to what you're saying as well, where if we do something for a long time, it's just hard. It's just hard. But instantaneously,
Yeah.
it's easy.
It's a matter of perspective too, actually. Now that I think about it, that love or you know how I said, you would you live for them? Or actually, when I think about it now, yeah, I try to live for my mom. I try to live for my wife. But more importantly, from a Muslim perspective, what I live for Allah. Not, I haven't thought about this, but I guess that's the most important thing, right? Would I live for Allah? Would I do my five prayer times daily prayer consistently for Him? Would I try to know Him more? Would I try to learn know more about the prophets He sent down? Would I try to know more about the world He has created for us? You know, I hadn't thought about that. I just thought about that now, and I wanted to say it.
It's
I
a
guess that's
really
like,
good point that you're making.
yeah, I appreciate it, but it's just, well, it's so hard, right? Consistently for someone that doesn't pray five times a day, prayer, or like they just become a Muslim, it's very difficult. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a really good point, especially because you take into account the spiritual aspect of it. Because it's easy to understand that the gym requires consistency, school requires consistency, but I don't think it's as obvious that your spiritual life also requires consistency,
consistency.
that you need to put in the effort to maintain praying 5 times a day,
Yeah,
even reading the Quran. You know what I mean?
wasn't there a hadith about the best actions, or I don't know what the translation. I'm trying to translate it in my head from Turkish to English.
You
The
can say it
best
in
action.
Turkish.
Amellerin en güzeli devamlı olanıdır. So it means the best
Actions are the continuous
actions
ones.
are the ones that are done continuously, small but
Yeah.
continuously. Küçük
Yeah.
ama devamlı.
Küçük ama devamlı.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
And I'm pretty sure that's a hadith.
I believe it is too. Yeah, that's true.
It shows that like instead of having one motivation for one day, you prayed five times a day that day, maybe for 2 days. But like if the third day you only do four, and then the fifth day you do three, you know, it's a lot. It's probably a lot better. I guess that's not a good example because that's something you have to do. But let's say Quran. Like one day you read a whole juz, you read 20 pages. Next day you do 10. Next day you do five. Next day you do one. Next day you do zero. It's a lot better for it to be like 1 page or 2 pages on the day, and then the next day it's also 1 or 2 pages, you know, and then you continue that. That's a lot more thing. Same thing probably with going to the gym. Rather than going 1 week for 3 hours a day, it's probably a lot better to go like 20 minutes to 30 minutes, even if it's 20 or 30 minutes every day for, or every 4 or 5 days a week. It's a lot better in the long term, right?
What is the one thing in your life that you feel like you've been the most consistent with?
Consistent. Sleeping too much? I sleep a lot. I'm a heavy sleeper, and my I sleep a lot. I like sleep way too much, and that's not a good thing. I would like to say my prayers, inshallah. I don't know if that's normally you're not supposed to say things about like that or bring yourself some good characteristics about yourself too much. But if I were to say, I think my prayers, because that's something I've been doing for the longest time. My, I guess, fasting and praying since eighth
Yeah.
grade. But that's pretty standard though. Like comes pretty standard in the box, I feel like nowadays, which is good. Which is good. A lot more Muslims need to be doing that, right? How about you?
Well, I was going to say that with like working out, for example, they talk about muscle memory. And I feel
Yeah.
like with the spiritual life, there's also like a spiritual memory, so to speak, where I've noticed for myself when Ramadan comes, it's very easy to just lock in.
Yeah.
It's very
I do.
easy to just make it a regular routine again because you're used to it. That sort of spiritual memory.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And also I would also say it's the barakah of Ramadan, right? It's, I think with our religion, we are always like taught or like to do things in congregation together. We're always brought together and to do something. When we're praying, it's like forced as for males once a week to be together. We're always encouraged in the hadiths, if you look at them, to go to the masjids, right? To have sohbet. What is sohbet in English? It's
Like
like,
um like a gathering conversation.
yeah, and a gathering conversation, and we somehow it ends up with talk about Allah or some connection to that, some form of that. We're always encouraging things, and I feel like with the Ramadan, it's even more, right? Because there's
Mhm.
always some Ramadan program or an iftar program over there. There's an iftar program over there. So you invite someone to your house, you go to someone else's house, and you know all your peers are fasting too. You know all your peers are praying. It makes it a lot easier. I feel like I think it's the etiquette of Ramadan.
I
Everyone
agree.
is in the same boat, right? Everyone feels like they need to lock in Ramadan. So I feel like it makes it easier for everyone.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I've noticed when I try to do the religion thing alone, it
Mhm.
used to be easy for me. But now that I'm a little older, it's like I realize the importance of having peers around you, others around you. It makes it so much easier to practice.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. Like if there was a ratio of me praying Isha like early,
Oh,
it was like at the masjid.
yeah.
Or
I
but if it's like me alone, it's like, man, I'm just awake doing the most random things. And I'm refusing to go to sleep because I know in the back of my head, oh,
I
I still
need
have
to.
to pray Isha. It's like, oh,
The
it's
same
like
thing
1
happens to
a.m. What am I
yeah,
doing?
yeah, same thing happens to me. But when we're together, you're like, okay, someone says, come on, let's pray Isha. You can't say no, right? Okay, let's do it. You pray, you get it over with, you feel good about it. It's easy. I live with roommates. Even like for the past 4 years, I've been living with Turkish people, with my friends. They become my friends, that sort of thing. We all go to university, so we all always have in my Turkish community specifically, we always have like, oh, in these houses that we have, we're gonna pray together, we're gonna have weekly gatherings, we're gonna try to eat dinner together. uh, I don't know, we're gonna try to have one or a couple times a week that we're gonna read Quran together, at least not like the same pages, but like sit together in the same room and we all read, or like read a book about religion, or like we're gonna study together, for example. We would have things like this, and it would make practicing Islam a lot better for us. And what it would also do is we'd have friends. Like, so what would it be like? My dad's friend's son would come to America, and they would come to Houston, right? And they're not like, they come from Turkey. Maybe they're not too religious and stuff, but their dad wants to be them to be. So they send them to our house. They started coming with us. Every now and then we invite them to our house or to pray with us, and slowly this kid starts his 5 times a day prayer. And he starts doing fasting with us. Comes to iftars with us. He just reads Quran with us. I think these houses that we have in this Turkish community, and it's like organized by the Right Choice Foundation, actually, in the Turkish mosque that we were at. I think it's amazing for the youth. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. And the way I got in is my dad knew the people like that was organizing the houses here. And we have a couple houses like this, like Turkish houses and stuff. We have a couple in Austin as well, a couple in Dallas as well.
Mm.
Uh, and I was able to get in, and I think it was a very beneficial for my Turkish. One, my Turkish, and two, for my religion. I remember when I first came. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot.
No,
Feel
no,
free
you're
to
good.
make me
Please
pause.
continue. I like
Uh,
to hear this.
yeah. When I first came, my friends were joking, like, "Bro, when you like, they're saying this now. When you first came 4 years ago, you didn't know any Turkish. We taught you all the Turkish. You know what I'm saying?" I don't. I think they're like exaggerating a bit, but uh, I would say, I would say they definitely did improve my Turkish. Some
Mhm.
mostly good, sometimes bad too. Though I learned some words that I should not have learned, that I wouldn't know from watching like or talking to my parents or watching Turkish TV shows. Right? Yeah.
Have you always found yourself with peers around you for religion,
Alhamdulillah.
or were there ever moments where you were just solo?
Alhamdulillah. I don't think I ever had a time in my life where I had to be alone. Even in Memphis, there was not a lot of Turkish people. My friends were Pakistani and Indian. Like they were mainly Muslims. There are some white friends, some black friends, but mainly it was Muslim friends. So Alhamdulillah, I feel like maybe it's bad to say this. Allah always protects people, right? He's always protecting us. If he wasn't, I wouldn't be alive. But in the sense of like, he protected me from having friends would not that would pull me in the wrong direction. Like the even the non-Muslim friends I had, they were against having girlfriends, for example.
Yeah.
They were against like they were always like the top of their classes. So
Yeah.
I'm not even top of my class. I'm like middle, like right on the average. But my friends were like, they're always like people that were pushing me to be better. So I felt like I was protected, even in high school and middle school. In middle school, I had Turkish friends, but in high school, there was not many Turkish friends. But I always felt, when I'm thinking back, I always feel protected and I always had peers.
Wow.
How about you? You just had alone time, right? Or not alone time, as in there were times where you didn't have peers to practice your religion.
Yeah, I think it was more like you make a choice of going to certain places or not going,
Yeah,
or interacting with certain people or not interacting with them. And so I think there was times in my life where maybe I didn't have like a whole lot of Muslim friends around me, or maybe I wasn't attending the masjid as much, other than Jummahs, of course.
yeah.
But I did note, especially now, I notice that it makes a huge difference because if you just think you can solo it, maybe you can, but also at the same time, maybe you get, I don't want to say pulled in the wrong direction necessarily, but it becomes harder to just
Discipline,
do
I feel like.
basic stuff,
Yeah,
just
that's
basic
with
stuff.
the gym. That can be with. I feel like anything. You remember the alim I was talking about, or the scholar I was talking about,
Mhm.
the Turkish scholar. He had a saying he would say, God, please don't leave me with my nefs, even for alone for 1 second. Nefs, I guess, is in English.
Desires.
Desires, yeah. Don't leave me alone for even 1 second. Like
Yeah.
if so what he's trying to say, I always want to be like in like the, I guess, community per se. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me. Don't always have me under your protection, right? So if a scholar like that is saying like, oh, he doesn't want to be alone, and he's scared that his foot might slip in the like religious sense, then I definitely don't want to be alone. And I was very lucky, very fortunate to not be alone. So I
I
feel like I
think
had it easy. I want to
it's
say I had it very easy.
it's really fascinating to me to interact with religious Turks because
Mhm.
at the same time, there's a lot of secular Turks as well. What have your interactions with them been like? Do you notice like a stark difference?
I haven't. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I've been protected. I haven't really met someone that's like. I always go to the Turkish mosque and everyone there, like, you know what I'm saying? They're
They're religious.
yes, exactly. So I hadn't had a lot of friends. Only when I go to like restaurants, like where
Yeah.
I'm speaking, I just, oh, you're Turkish too. You're Turkish too. Oh, we're talking. Obviously, we don't go into like deep topics, but uh, I haven't had, I haven't really had the opportunity to like talk in depth like this with a Turkish person that's not has the same ideals with me per se.
I still remember to this day. It was so funny. There was this Turkish event and they were having like a banquet and I pulled up and I told Hanifi to come too. And he comes and he sits with me and everybody there is like very obviously a secular Turk. And at the time, like I didn't know like the Turkish mosque was like a
Yeah,
different thing.
yeah.
And so I remember telling them like, "Oh yes, my friend Hanifi. I met him at that Turkish mosque, this and that." And they're like, "What? What is that?" And then he talked to them a little bit in Turkish, and then he said to me, "I'll explain it to you later." but it was so funny. Like they were so aloof to what I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly. If we were to get into that thing, we're pretty hated from people in Turkey, ideologically. So I don't know how much you know, but
I
we're not
watched
really
a
seen.
little bit of that documentary that you sent me. I watched like
Mm-hmm.
maybe 20 or 30 minutes of that.
What's
I
it?
didn't watch the whole thing,
That
but
I I I don't know if I told you. I should have told you that apparently that documentary it only says like the text at the end of what happened. It's not like the. It's not like a video about why the situation between this scholar and the Turkey is going on or what's going on exactly per se. It just does like a brief, a couple minute like it's just like text slides. But the video I sent is mainly, as you've seen, is about what this organization is about or what this ideology is or what the scholar is doing or trying to do. Right.
yeah.
But I'm
I
glad you
had
watched it.
yeah, it was interesting. Hizmet
Yes,
service. And
service.
one of my Turkish friends, he told me, he's like, man, Turkish people don't like Turkish people. And he's like, that's for all of them. They could be religious, they could be secular, whatever it is. For some reason, there's always like some
Yeah,
infighting. And you
yeah.
see that in the TV shows as well. What is that like
If you
a
look, yeah, I don't know what the reason is. I'm not too much familiar with Turkish history. I just know that like there's a lot of times where like people or the government or like some group of people is trying to take advantage of the people. There's after like the Turkey was formed in I don't even know. Turkey's like only
1930 or no,
it's like
earlier, I
102
think.
years old, 100
Earlier.
yeah, some 1923 or something. 1920 somewhere under 1920 something. Somewhere around there, I think. So it's a relatively new country. But in that history, it's always like there's a military coup, there's that coup, there's this group of people that's trying to take over. This guy's trying to get power. They're trying to. This guy's trying to make a republic or like democracy. This guy is trying to be a dictator. It's a weird history, and on the base of it, there's. I feel like most of the time it's always like they're using religion as a way to control. And I feel this happens in Islamic countries quite a bit. It's not just Turkey, but in Turkey it happens. It happens quite a bit. But it's not just Turkey, I would say. Maybe you know more about like the Middle Eastern history.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. It's an easy device to rule. Religion is an easy device to rule people.
Yeah.
Um, do you know anything about Ottoman history yourself?
Ottoman history, only what they teach in America,
Mm.
which, as you know, it's not too much. I think it was in ninth grade or 10th grade. We talked about it. It was a chapter, and it was one chapter in
I
ninth or
feel
10th
like a
grade.
lot of Turks that I've met, they just don't know much about Ottoman history.
Yeah.
Why is that? And I know you grew up here, but like in general, I've kind of noticed that pattern.
Hmm. There's a lot of people that don't like the Ottoman Empire. I will say, that's
Mm.
probably as you know, Ataturk. Ataturk was people. Well, I guess he's unrelated, but I don't know. Not sure. Probably because it was like an Islam thing. It was a religious thing, and it was. But like, it's like something to be proud of. I feel like as a Muslim, right? Because Islam was owned a third of the world at some point in history, right? We were pretty big. We were pretty powerful, and we weren't. Well, I don't know. Actually, it's debatable, but we weren't really using our power maliciously per se. But I guess that's a matter of perspective. But if
Yeah.
it is something interesting to know about, but I know more about American history or European history than the Ottoman history,
Yeah.
right?
See, like that's the point.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like we know so much about American history or
Mm.
European history, but I feel like maybe it's not even just like a Turkish or a Muslim thing. Maybe it's everybody that's not American or European, where it's like all that history is kind of
East.
just
Yeah, African history I know nothing about. Asian
yeah.
history I only from which is really interesting. Asian history is like all the oldest histories out there. Uh, but I only know from things from like videos I like that I find the title to be interesting in
Yeah,
YouTube, right?
yeah,
Watch that like it's something about Genghis Khan every now and then. I don't think I knew Genghis Khan in high school too much. You
no,
heard of his name? Like he's done so much, but I didn't really know like in high school. Interesting. Yeah, I never thought about that. I really don't know anything about Eastern history. Anything that's not Europe and America.
yeah. I think it's interesting with the Mongolians that their religion, like before, was the same as the ancient Turkish religion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
like Tengri and stuff like that. Tengriism.
Tangerism. Let me see.
Yeah, like the Turks before they came to Anatolia, the sort of beliefs that they had, the
Oh,
shaman stuff.
I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, Gök Tengri.
Central Asia. Yeah. East Asia. Mongolic Turkic mythology. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know actually anything about that? Like, there's this really, really fascinating story to me. When they escape Ergenekon.
Are you talking about the Turkish people?
Yeah, do you know about this story?
I know that I don't know about the story. I just know that they were forced out of somewhere.
Yeah, isn't that
The
such an
Turkey people.
interesting story? Like behind the mountains,
Oh,
it
I don't
was
know
the
anything
wolf.
about it. You would have to explain it to me.
Yeah, so like basically the Turks, they were like behind a mountain,
Okay.
and the great wolf led them out, and so the Turks escaped. And I just find that story so interesting
Is that
that
where the
it's
wolf comes from? Like the from the I think I don't is it like the natural animal for Turkey? I just know like Turkish symbol is like
yeah, the wolf.
this
Yeah.
the wolf. Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
where that's from?
I believe so, yeah.
It probably is. Yeah. It's probably
Yeah.
related to that.
Yeah. Kurt.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. You know
Yeah.
quite a bit of Turkish, which is it's funny to me and it's like cool.
Yeah. I love it, man. My cousin, she says, in another life you were a Turk. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
I think you're trying to be a Turk in this life.
Yeah, I think so too.
You might want to start living with us, man. We
Yeah.
speak Turkish at home. It'd be quite. You probably get it down in what like a couple months.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
Can you not?
actually there's this really funny story of me going into this one shop. Um, it was in Kuşadası, and there was this shop, and I just walked in, and the guy had like some watches, and I was looking at the watches, and he's like, hoş geldin. I was like, hoş bulduk, and I'm just like kind of like talking to him, asking him about the watches and whatnot. We have like a nice small conversation in Turkish, and then like my grandmother, she looks very Indian, and then she comes in later into the shop, and she looks at me, and she asks me in Urdu, "Hey, ask him where I can find some bed sheets." And then I turn to him, I ask him in Turkish.
uh,
He gives me the answer, and then I tell her, and then we're leaving, and then he asked me, "Hey, are you Turkish?" I'm like, "No."
no.
He was so
Damn.
shocked.
Yeah, I would be shocked too. That's awesome.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
Damn. This is 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago.
No, no, this was in 2019, actually.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
even then, so
yeah.
this has been a lifetime passion or interest of yours.
I would say I've been a Turk since the age of 4. Yeah,
Age of 4. Why specifically 4?
I had this. One of my aunts, she got me this VCR video of it was a film on Fatih Sultan Mehmet, and it's like a
Really?
cartoon for kids, and I just loved it. I
Really?
just loved it. And they like talk about like everything in there, Constantinople,
What?
the
What?
Ottoman
Do you remember what it's
Empire.
called?
It's just called Muhammad al Fatih. Like if you just look up the cartoon, uh yeah, if you type in Muhammad al Fatih cartoon, it'll pop up. And you can find the whole movie on YouTube as well. But I just remember as a kid watching that like over and over and over again. And I guess it just stuck with me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to. Maybe it's a good way to learn easily about the Ottomans, because Fatih
Yeah,
Sultan Mehmet, his name always pops up. Even though I
I
know basically nothing about the Ottoman Empire, I know him. He's
yeah,
the GOAT,
man.
apparently.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He's absolutely the GOAT. Yeah, he's so cool. He killed Dracula. I mean, come
He,
on, doesn't get cooler than that.
he killed Dracula. I do not know about that.
He killed Dracula. Yeah, wild.
So what's the story behind that? I'm curious.
Well, basically, Vlad, which was the name of Dracula, he was like a brother to Fatih Sultan Mehmet. Like they were raised together.
Uh-huh.
And he also had another brother, Radu. Radu ended up becoming a Muslim. Like he converted and he's like, yeah, I'm like a Turk. But Vlad, he was like, nah, like I hate this. Like I'm Romanian, or like at that time. Like
Uh-huh.
I don't want to be a Turk. I don't want to accept this religion, nothing. But he knew about it all. Like he knew everything. Anyways, like years later, after the conquest of Constantinople, long story short, Vlad is like a problem for the Ottomans. Like he's just defiant. He's not willing to cooperate, and
Is he in like the same castle, or is he like
no, he's back home in Romania. He's like
I
in his
see.
own castle, Dracula's castle. And so,
Uh
yeah, long story short, they end up fighting, and Vlad is killed. So they kill Dracula.
I did not know about that.
Yeah, it's really like I never told you this actually, but I've written a book, and one of the main characters in the book is Fatih Sultan Mehmet, and
Really?
one chapter is dedicated to his fight with Dracula.
Do you mind if you share me that book? I'm curious now.
Yeah,
Don't know anyone that has written a book.
yeah, yeah. It's
I
called
never had any friends that have read write a book. Let me write that. What was the name?
it's called The Incarnate
The
by Omer
Incarnate.
Farid.
Let me see. Where can I
What do
find
you,
it? Oh, I see.
you found it?
Goodreads. Yes,
There
on
you go.
Goodreads. Okay. What? When did you write this?
I wrote this. It came out in 2022. Yeah.
2022. What made you want to write a book? That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm just a writer. I love writing. It's just
Hmm.
something I do. You earlier when I asked you about the consistency thing, I think for myself, alhamdulillah, that's the one thing that I've been consistent with.
The
It's just
most.
writing. Um, but yeah, I love writing, and I felt really strongly about that story, and so I just ended up putting together the book.
What's the main idea of the book? I'm curious. Is it about that Fatih Sultan Mehmet, or is it that just one section of it?
That's one section. The other two are about Büyük İskender, Alexander the Great, and then Achilles. And the concept is everybody wants to leave a legacy. We all want to be remembered. We all want to feel important. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good thing. It's a nice thing. At the end of the day, however, we don't even know the names of our great great grandparents. So, what does that mean for legacy? And so it kind of explores that how we all want to achieve something, and that's a great thing. But just realize that one day, like, we're all going to be forgotten.
Yeah,
You know?
that's that's an interesting concept. Yeah, and you said this is the most you've been writing. Like that's the most consistent thing. So you've written more than one book, or do you do other things?
Yeah, I have written more than one book.
Oh,
I've written
really?
two that are out. So, but yeah, man, I just like writing.
That's
It's a good
awesome.
fun thing. Yeah.
A fun thing, interesting. Normally, writing for me is a very hard and stressful event that happened in school. Honestly,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's funny how like there's like I'm sure there's things that you like to do and you're good at, but it's like for me it's like
Yeah, yeah.
nah, not for me.
That's why humans are. Uh, we can be so much more personal because we all. Not everyone is the same, right? Everyone has a different hobby, but there's always something to connect with someone else as well. Even though people are so different, they have different hobbies. There's always something to connect people.
Yeah.
Whether the from the very top, it can be like religion. It can be because their ages are the same. You lived in the same place. But that's a different topic. That's a different topic. But very cool, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to read that. I'm finishing this one book about. Actually, all right, I have it right here. Good character, and it talks about. Oh, you can't really see it, but maybe it's called Good Character.
Okay.
It's on. It says a comprehensive guide on manners and morals in Islam. And I
Oh,
have some students. Remember, I don't know if you remember.
yes.
And we're gonna start. I'm reading the book first myself, so that I can teach it to them. So we're gonna read them. We're gonna read it together. So
Wow.
according to the Islam and Hadith, how how we're supposed to be, how manners are working, how I guess how morals should be, and how we should act. And it's adab. I don't know if that's I think that's Arabic word adab.
Yeah, yeah.
Adab.
You're the Orat man. That's wild.
Yes, yes, I am the Eretman. Man.
I'm so glad you brought this up actually, because one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about on this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
what I truly loved about meeting you was that you had excellent manners,
Oh, I
like
appreciate that.
really, really good manners. And like I felt it and I noticed it. And I feel like not a lot of people have it, like they meet you one time and maybe they try to like lay a good impression,
Mm-hmm.
but then like that's it. It's like deal done. Like it was that one time I was
What?
motivated. And then anytime you see them again, it's like the bar has been lowered and lowered. But
I
with
feel
you,
you.
when I met you, I was like, wow, like this guy, he was like he had really good manners and he was like consistently like checking up on me and trying to talk to me and make me feel welcomed at that event. And I thought that was
I
really cool. So I
appreciate
wonder, where does that come from for you, Selman?
that. Good question. Some people might disagree about the more disagree with what you said, my friends. But I don't know. The things like, for example, I'm reading this right. Yeah, I guess the things in here. I guess I didn't read it directly, but we learn it from someone.
Mm,
And this is just the things that we have all as Muslims need to practice. We all of these, you see how like the Prophet is like interacting with the Sahaba, and how he's interacting with people that are even not Muslim. When you see that, I think if you just set him as an example and what you learn from him, anyone, I think, if you, I wouldn't say I'm different, is what I'm trying to say. I think every Muslim should be respectful to anyone, Muslim, non-Muslim, anything.
yeah, I like
I
that
would.
answer. I remember, I believe it's a saying from the Prophet, or it's somewhere in the tradition where the religion is manners. That's what the
Yeah, we.
religion is. It's
I think it's.
manners.
I think remember in this book saying Quranic adab, or chronic behavior or manners. It
Mm,
translates to something like that. So the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has the manners of the Quran or something like that,
mm.
which I guess this is like the ideal. So I
Yeah,
think I think that might be connected to what you're saying said.
yeah. I think it's a wonderful thing to have. And
But I would say likewise to you as well. There's not a lot of people that can speak so clearly and respectfully like you. I feel like I think people are a lot more fast paced. I'm like fast paced. You're like very clear when you're speaking, which is maybe, are you like PR trained or something? Are you-
well, alhamdulillah, man. No, I just I really enjoy talking to people, and
I can tell.
if
Yeah,
I want to like make a real like connection, or I just like to be clear, I guess. I want to get like my real point across instead of like maybe like trying to say something just to say it.
yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
And I, well, I remember from that day on June 20th, you listen very good. So when you said you wanted to do a podcast, I was like, that makes sense. That makes sense because you listen. you don't just speak when you don't speak just to get something out. And the book talks about that as well.
Mm.
Uh, you don't finish. Let people speak. Let them finish what they want to say. Then start talking. Listen, actively listen to the person across from you. And
Yeah.
I think you're doing that perfectly.
Thanks, man. I hope so. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. I think it's a really important thing.
Yeah,
And I think like there's this Jordan Peterson, he has this quote that I really like. He said, "To pay attention is to pay the highest compliment." And I love that because I think it's really true. That's how we
yeah,
respect each
yeah,
other. You
yeah.
know, if
That's how
I'm
you
really
show the
paying
most amount of
attention to you.
respect, right? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because yeah, that's a nice quote.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson. That was like the. I think I know him. Let me search him up if I see him.
Yeah. Hopefully one day he becomes a Muslim.
Inshallah. Oh, I know this guy. Yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah.
remember I saw him quite a bit. Yes. So is he like
Yeah.
a philosopher? Is he does he go around? I remember I seen a couple of podcasts, right?
Yeah. He's a psychologist, professor. He does podcasts. He's a YouTuber. Yeah, he's all the above.
Fair
But and
enough.
then hopefully one day a Muslim, huh?
Inshallah. Inshallah. May Allah
Yeah.
give him hidayah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But yeah, that is one thing I wanted to point out, by the way, again, Salman. I like that about you, man. Those
I
manners.
appreciate it.
Good stuff.
Likewise, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
I feel like whatever you said to me, I think is tenfold for you, but
You're being too kind.
I don't think so.
Nah, but
Because
um
I don't know if you remember Taha. I moved in with him. And I was talking about, oh yeah, Omer, you remember Omer? I was like, yeah, Omer, the guy that speaks really well. The one he was like, he told me the exact same thing in Turkish. Bayağı iyi konuşuyor. Güzel
ah,
konuşuyor. That's what he told me. So
that's a high praise. I'm
yeah,
grateful.
I remember he liked how you were. He said the same thing that you said to me. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. So it
By
goes
the
both
way,
ways.
man, what does Selman mean? I think I asked you. I don't know if you had an answer at that time.
We searched it up. I always forget. This is like my 20th time searching it up. Selman meaning. Wait, let me search it up in Turkish. It meant something to do with peace or something.
I think it's just so interesting because I don't know too many Turks that are named Selman.
It is an uncommon name.
Çok nadir, huh?
Yeah, çok nadir. And I couldn't search it up. Let me just Gemini it real quick.
Ha.
I think that's gonna be the easiest, fastest.
Barış, dostluk, selamet, güvende olma ve huzur
Oh
eden.
yeah. Barış, huzur dolu. Huzur translation. How would you say that
Peace.
in English? Peace, right?
Yeah.
Full of peace.
Wow.
Eh, some friends would disagree. Some friends would disagree, but I think it probably comes from the Sahaba, Salman Farisi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Persian.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think it's a cool name. It's one of my uncle's names. Salman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't there an actor? My mom was
Salman
saying, "Oh,
Khan in India.
yes, yes, yes, yes, yes, yes." My
Yeah.
mom was saying I looked like him. I'm not that handsome.
You
He's very
you do
handsome.
look like you could be an actor. I could see that.
Actor?
Yeah.
I can no, no, no, no, no, no. I can't even joke about it. I can't.
I see it.
You see it?
It's interesting, like yesterday at that same event that I was at the masjid, this one friend of mine, I hadn't seen him for like 3 years, but when we met up again, I was just so impressed with his physique. I was like, dude, you lost like so much weight. Like your muscles are popping. Like your stomach is so flat. Your
Mashallah.
jawline is chiseled. And I was going on because I could see the results.
Uh-huh.
He's like, nah, man, no. Like my face is so bloated. Like I'm not in shape. Like you
Oh,
don't understand.
already for me, yeah.
And I
This
was
one.
just telling him, I go, bro, it's interesting how other people will see somebody versus how they see themselves. It's like, man, you got it, but you just maybe you don't see it yourself.
Yeah. That is, I see that quite about like fitness influencers are always talking about body dysmorphia. Hopefully, it doesn't affect him too much. Some people really get really sad about it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he's not so thinking about it. Because sometimes when you start, I guess when you've gotten to that point, your expectations are so much higher. I guess.
Mhm.
So right now, I started growing a belly. I got the Turkish belly like my dad,
Oh,
like
Tom
Turkish
Billy.
dads. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Man,
So,
that do you know about that cat? Tom
oh,
Billy the cat?
oh no,
Oh, you gotta Google this. Tom Billy.
Pombeli. Uh, I search up cat as well. Same thing.
He'll pop up all alone by himself.
Tombili.
Tom Billy.
Oh yes, I see. There's a mm, statue of him,
Yeah,
and he's
they honored
posing.
him. Yes. uh, he was a regular of the neighborhood, and then he died, and then they built him a statue.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah,
Bebek.
legendary cat.
Yeah. Apparently,
Tom
what's
Billy.
the story exactly?
Oh, he was just a chubby cat who would sit like an uncle.
He they gave him a tespih too, like the prayer
Yeah,
beads
yeah,
in the statue. That's funny.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah. It was so funny.
How do
A
you know about this?
legend.
Did you see it or something?
Yeah, yeah. One of my Turkish friends, he actually showed me. He's like, "Hey, do you know about Tombili?" I'm like, "Tombili." He's like, "Oh man, wow, yeah."
That's awesome, man. I gotta
But
visit Turkey
still,
sometime.
I had fun talking with you, man.
Yeah,
Again,
I
do you have?
appreciate you inviting. I
Of
really
course.
appreciate it. This is very
Thank,
fun.
yeah, thanks for being here. You're episode 204.
Oh,
So thank you.
really?
Thank
Oh,
you. Yeah.
mashallah.
Yeah,
That's
alhamdulillah.
quite consistent, man.
Thanks, man. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Do you have any closing thoughts? Anything you felt like you wanted to say we didn't get a chance to, or something on your mind you wanted to express?
No, I can't think of anything right now. If you have any questions, it
No, I'm just
was
glad
good
that we got
fun.
to do this. It was fun to
Yeah,
talk to you again.
it was very fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went smoother than I expected. Like again, I was kind of nervous what we'd do or how it'd go.
I
But
couldn't tell for even a second. You were a smooth talker.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But yeah, I suppose until next time, man. Inshallah.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I'd love to be on here again. This is awesome. I appreciate
I'm
it.
glad. Yeah, yeah. Inshallah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care, man.
Yeah. I invite my friends next time. You have a good one, man.
Yeah. Thanks.